Our guests are John Tamin, Director of Africa Programs of Freedom House, Tundu Lissu, Chadema Opposition Member of Parliament in Tanzania, Wilson Mashiringi, the Tanzania Ambassador to the United States, and Robert Chagulanyi, also known as Bobby Wine, who joins us live via Skype from the Ugandan capital, Kampala.
Thank you, my brother Shaka Ssali. First of all, I would like to thank you for inviting me to this very important Straight Talk Africa program.
We would like to also point out
which I've been following for quite some time, and I'm glad to meet you.
Be my guest. We would like also, for example, to thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
For getting out of your busy schedule in order to come here and participate in today's program.
I will quickly react. Thank you so much. I will quickly react to both panelists here statements. Starting with George, I commend him for admitting that he knows very little about Tanzania. So he's relying on reports he has been receiving from experts whom they send to Tanzania to collect information using the methodology which he divulged to you following the intervention you made. I'm grateful to you for raising that, because we always question the methodology used in research.
Right.
Since he doesn't know about Tanzania, I'm glad to share with him about what we have been doing. And my brother, Tundu Lissu, the Member of Parliament, fell short of telling what is happening now. The freedom of expression in Tanzania is entrenched in the Constitution. And we have legislation implementing that expression, that freedom of expression. Mm-hmm. The Media Service Act of 1916, of which he participated in passing in Parliament, provides adequately on how to use that freedom of expression without infringing upon others' rights, which is also very important. Because you cannot have freedom of expression that can go unchecked anywhere in the world. Mm. For America, I'm privileged to have studied in America at George Washington University Law School almost 30 years ago. I learned about the history of the Seduction Act of 1798. That was repealed in 1920, December 13th. Mm. More than 100 years. Writing, making a false statement against the Congress, against the president, was criminalized, and it was harshly punishable. Not less than $10,000 US fine, and not more than 20 years jail sentence, or both. That is America. Currently in Tanzania, we have the Cyber Crimes Act, we have the, let me tell you one thing. Another example of freedom of expression is himself. My brother, Tundu Lissu. He has been speaking in the country. The checks that has been put on him is to bring him before the court of law. He's not a convict of any seduction crime. But the laws are clear, and I cannot interfere on what the court will deal with his cases. But since he left the hospital in Belgium, he has been hosted by media houses, BBC, Deutsche Welle. Here in Washington, D.C., has spoken to a few non-governmental organizations, leveling abusive and false allegations against our president, against our government, against his country, demonizing the country is as good as demonizing yourself. And here he is expressing himself. So the danger of allowing unchecked freedom of expression is when people abuse that right of freedom of expression, hurting others. And so you cannot leave people to hurt others when the Constitution grants rights to everyone, including public interest. When you are speaking, consider there are others who could be hurt by your speech. consider that if you terrorize about others and damage their reputation, their character, they got hurt.
Let me ask you this question here, Ambassador Masiringi.
Yes, please. Thank you.
I hope that this time I have gotten it correct.
Yes, please.
How do you respond, for example, to some critics who say that when it comes to Tanzania, an individual has no right to own an opinion that is different from that opinion of the ruling party or state?
I have a quick answer to that. That is total false, total fabrication. Currently, the parliament is in session. The opposition is in parliament. The chief whip, unfortunately, is out because of the tragic event, an heinous act which was committed on him and caused the harm bodily harm on him. Otherwise, he was supposed to be in parliament as well. Today, by coincidence, is a low day. Our president, His Excellency Dr. John former Joseph Magufuli, the commander-in-chief, was a guest of honor, invited by the Chief Justice. The Speaker of the House was in attendance. Several legal officers, like myself and my brother Tundu Lissu, were in attendance. So, if there is no one behind the bar for violating even the Media Services Act, where we have 216 newspapers, 158 radios, TVs, there are 34 social media platform licensed, 224 with the cybercrimes law. Nobody is behind the bar for violating any law that implements the freedom of expression right under the Constitution. And the regulation of freedom of expression is mandated by the Constitution. What's wrong with that? There is no violation of the Constitution. Nobody has been victimized. Whoever is charged, our presumption is that he is innocent until proved guilty. And he will be given a day in court to defend himself. My brother will be given a day in court to defend himself. But we cannot allow people to go unchecked, abuse people, make false statements, make false accusations, including demonizing the head of state, demonizing the government. I'm here as the ambassador of the United Republic of Tanzania to defend and protect the dignity of the country. So my brother coming here and trying to demonize the government, demonize the president, demonize the country, demonizing himself and demonizing me as well, we cannot call that the true need of Africa getting freedom of expression. That does not build the interests of Africa, nor build the interests of the country. That's why we are concerned if people raise the issues of freedom of expression without also acknowledging that there are also rights of others that need not to be infringed.
How do you reconcile that position with the fact that your brother here, Tundu Lissu, was nearly assassinated in the compound of the Tanzanian capital, Dodoma, during daylight at lunchtime, and his driver was not even hit by a single bullet? And this is a place, for example, he has said, and I have also found out that this is a place generally that is provided security 24/7, 24 hours a day. How do you explain that? I mean, how do you reconcile that type of freedom that you are talking about?
You cannot relate that directly without substantiated evidence with freedom of expression. My brother was attacked. We feel sorry for what happened to him. Our president expressed his dismay and condemned that act, and he ordered the law enforcement organs to investigate and get to the bottom of the matter and apprehend those who committed that criminal act against our brother. Everybody sympathizes with what happened to him. Investigation is ongoing. They are waiting for him to go back and make a statement, which he is giving to the press and non-government organizations outside the country. They are waiting for the driver. The driver hasn't presented himself to give a statement. So can you be a judge in your own cause? Can you condemn anyone and convict anyone on that matter without listening to both sides?
Let me go to Brother Tundu Lissu.
Thank you very much. Maybe there are a few things that need to be set straight here. I was attacked inside a government housing compound, which, as you said correctly, is guarded by armed security 24 hours, 7 days a week. And each apartment block inside that compound is guarded 24 hours, 7 days a week. And on the day of the attack, during lunch break, in the midst of parliamentary sessions, gunmen followed me from parliament inside that compound. There was no security whatsoever. All the security guards had been removed from the perimeter wall, from all the apartment blocks. So these gunmen had complete freedom of access into this heavily guarded government security, government building compound. And they rained me with bullets, and they left. And as we speak today...
Not a single bullet was fired at the driver, or at least went into the direction of the driver. Is it correct?
Well, the truth is he was not hit at all. That is the truth. I was hit 16 times. I have undergone 22 surgeries, and I'm going
for another one. Could that be luck, or could it be that whoever was attempting to shoot and kill you had a single target?
Obviously, I was the target. But the most important question is, who ordered the security to be removed from this government housing compound? Number one.